And for Kikuchi, you can see what he did in spring training this year. 2-1 ERA, right at 4 in 9 innings. He gave up 8 hits, had 6 strikeouts, just a couple of walks. He can command the strike zone. Good fastball in the low to mid 90s. Curveball, slider, split to go with it. And the defense tonight. Santana will get the start in left field, but Malik Smith, we've talked a lot about his offensive ability to steal, but he can cover some ground out in center field. His second start on the year. Jay Bruce is at first base. Omar Narvaez will do the catching. His last start against the A's, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, had 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 91 pitches though to get through 4 2/3.
Here we go, ready to play some ball here in Seattle. Good crowd on hand. You say Kikuchi, first base side of the rubber. Andrew Benintendi, first pitch. Then there for called strike 1. Home plate umpire tonight, Alfonso Marquez. Dan Bellino at first, David Rackley at second, Larry Vanover at third. 58 degrees here this evening. Red Sox, a prolific offensive team last year, multiple categories, #1 in baseball. Benintendi leading off, site of his major league debut back in 2016. First game he came in as a pinch runner. Second game came in, started, and got a base hit off of Iwakuma's first big league hit with the family here in the building. With 2 strikes, they shift Ryan Healy, the third baseman, over to the right side of second base. See a lot of that with the Mariner Ball Club this year. 1-2 pitch.
Kikuchi, he will sit right around 92 miles an hour. When he gets ahead, 0-2, 1-2, he will ramp it up with the fastball. You'll see 94, 95 miles an hour. He also has a split. Really had a good curveball throughout spring training. We've seen a slider so far from him tonight.
Here's a 2-2. Check down at third. He did go. Larry Vanover said, "You win." Strikeout. Good start for Kikuchi here in his Seattle debut here at T-Mobile Park. 1 down.
And slider down out of the strike zone and gets him to chase it. Romero Supermo as he tries to check his swing. Larry Vanover said he went too far. And the first strikeout for Yusei.
Mookie Betts, what a year. MVP. Just spectacular last year. AL MVP. He won it by 145 points over Mike Trout, batting champion. Second in on base percentage to Trout. First in slugging. Scored 129 runs, tied with Lindor of Cleveland for the league. Good breaking ball.
That will be important tonight for Yusei if he misses with the fastball early against this lineup to get back into the count with the curveball. 76 miles an hour.
Here's 1-1. Talking to Paul Davis, the Mariners' new pitching coach, he said the A's and the Sox are very similar. They grind it out. He said all of his pitches should work. Attack the zone early, execute late, see what happens. And said he's a gamer, very competitive kid. Fly ball right field for Haniger, easy play.
For the Red Sox, they have 6 right-handed hitters in their lineup, and the right-handed hitters are the most dangerous hitters that they have, and that includes the man walking to the plate right now in JD Martinez. 43 home runs last year for Martinez.
How about Alex Cora, manager, first year after coming over being a bench coach in Houston, wins the World Series. I talked to him, I said, in your wildest dreams growing up in Puerto Rico, did you see this happen? He says, not until we beat the Yankees in the playoffs last year. Then I was like, hey, we got a shot here. We can do something. Julio Daniel Martinez. Spectacular year last season.
Plus power to right center field.
Goes to right field, easy play. Another one for Haniger. And Kikuchi off to a good start here at home in Seattle. A 1-2-3 first. When we come back, Malik Smith will lead off for the Mariners. Game up as we come to you above the hyphen at T-Mobile Park. Kikuchi will face 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Xander Bogaerts, Eduardo Nunez, and Rafael Devers. Bogaerts, the outstanding shortstop, 1 for 4 last night. Man born in Aruba.
Kikuchi topped out at 94 miles an hour in the first inning, so he has a good fastball tonight. Mixed in a slider and a curveball.
There's a drive to left. That ball's deep, carrying and gone. Xander Bogaerts with a home run, his first of the season. And welcome to an early edition of Home Run Derby, everybody. Mariners have hit 2 now. The Sox are on the board.
And this is going to be on the fastball. It ends up right in the middle of the plate at 92 miles an hour. Narvaez was set up on the outside corner, didn't get it there, and he barreled it up.
Bogaerts making no mistake about that. There's Eduardo Nunez, well-traveled utility man. I guess the Red Sox fans have taken the sock out. Bogaerts, big part of the run that these Sox have been on. Good player. Kikuchi behind 3-0. You got Rafael Devers on deck. .30 pitch here. Back with a strike. Kikuchi following Marco Gonzalez went 5 1/3. 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, a walk, 4 Ks last evening. Marco picking up his second one. Full count.
Yeah, right back with a couple of fastballs to get into the count.
Bogaerts hit 23 home runs last year. He's got the Sox on the board here. 3-2 pitch. He did ghost his home plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez. He's out. And now a quick word from TD Ameritrade. The 1 down, a run in. Brings up Rafael Devers.
I think that was the first split. After a couple of fastballs to get back in the count, 3-2, came back with a split at 86 miles an hour and buried it in the dirt.
Devers 1 for 5 last night. Breaking ball there. Devers a .240 hitter last year, 21 homers, 66 runs batted in.
With the curveball so far tonight, and he's had a good curveball throughout spring training, but tonight just using it to try to get back into counts, maybe work ahead with it, but he'll also bury it when he gets on top of the hitters. Another fastball at 93 miles an hour. He thought it was a strike, didn't get the call.
Now, you played in Japan. You've seen a lot of Japanese pitchers since they've come over here. Obviously early, but would have contrast comparisons with some of the guys you've seen?
I think for him, he has a really good fastball, and he will touch 95 miles an hour. I think he's just not as heavy on his split. They like to split a lot. He will use it. He's picked up a strikeout with it, but he also has the slider and the curveball that he will mix in. He'll give them a lot of play, and then he'll save the split when he wants to put the hitter away.
You liking him to anybody you've seen over the years from Japan?
Not with the breaking ball that he has.
Two.
And typical, we talked about this in spring training. He'll also hide the ball. You'll see him. He'll drop his hand behind him, so the hitters have a tough time seeing it as he starts towards home plate.
Does that take maybe the second or third AB before you start picking it up really well?
I think so. I think you have to get in there and see it. You realize, and you can watch video, but until you stand in the batter's box, you're not sure when you're going to get there. And that was right on top of him. Again, another fastball, 93. That's something else that he will do. We used to see that with Iwakuma, and that is to elevate the fastball towards the top of the strike zone. You can see the high target. This will be right about belt high and a late swing.
When Kuma was rolling, that was his pitch.
Yeah,
that was good stuff.
Because he would bury the split all the time. You say we'll also mix in a curveball and a slider.
Here's Sam Travis making the club out of spring training. His first opening day roster, 52 games of big league experience, 17 and 18 seasons. AAA Pawtucket, 97 games last year, 258. Breaking ball. Kikuchi gives up a home run and comes back with 2 strikeouts. Just joining us, Mariners hit 2 home runs first inning, Smith and Santana.
One of my former teammates when I was with the Dodgers in Nomo, a lot of deception to his delivery. Also had a very good fastball. He was mid-90s, but it was the split. He would throw the split all the time.
Heavy fastball?
Heavy fastball.
Take the bat out of your hands, right?
Yeah, and he would pitch inside. Again, could pitch at the top of the strike zone and really utilize the split. He didn't have the same type of breaking ball, in my opinion.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. 2-2. Two pitch. Down the whole right side, base hit.
Well, this is something that we saw throughout spring training. He will challenge hitters. Big hole on the right side. That's a fastball at 94 miles an hour and missed his location. Ended up in the middle of the plate.
Sam Travis.
I think with that type of attitude, it'll keep him away from the walks over the course of the summer.
Yep.
He had 1 walk in his first outing to start the season. But he will be around the strike zone.
Travis, his first hit of the season. 52 games with the Red Sox the last 2 years. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. What do you think of the plan for Kikuchi? That was in every 5th start of being the opener. Get that inning.
Yeah, just to get him going and then take him out of the game. I think that it's look. I think it's a great idea when you consider what he has been used to over the last number of years, and we showed his numbers in Japan. The workload gets heavier over here because they play so many more games, and he's also having to deal with a bunch of hitters that he's never seen before. The travel will be different from him, and the season will be longer. So I think for this first year, I think that's the right way to do it. That's the way you should approach it.
Mariners going into their shift, the 2-strike shift. They move Healy over to the right side of the infield. Beckham by his lonesome left side. 0-2 count here to Jackie Bradley Jr. 2 out, runner at first. Runner goes, and a pitch swung on and missed. So Kikuchi gives up a homer, strikes out 3. We get a 2-1 ball game. Certainly among the best right here behind the pitcher, so you get a real good look at what the pitcher's throwing, what the batter's seeing, and what the umpires are calling or not. Christian Vasquez, the catcher, 1 for 4 last night with an RBI. 9-1-2 here in the 3rd. Benintendi and Betts to follow. Strike from Kikuchi. Struck out 4 so far, giving up a home run. Run on 2 hits. The other hit, a base hit by Sam Travis.
Stopped out at 94 miles an hour. Seeing his slider. Pretty good curveball tonight and his split.
Riding up high, wanted that. 2-1. Don't forget, use that hashtag Ask a Root. Questions you might see answered on our air. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-2. Vasquez, a .207 hitter last year, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in, 80 games. Split catching duties with Sandy Leon. Center field, Malik Smith giving chase. He's under it. There's one away. How about this? How would you like this trip? Katie and Lucas, mom and son, going for all the ballparks. Welcome from Atlanta. Good to see you all here in Seattle. Thanks for joining us. Man, oh man.
That is a lot of jerseys.
Their plastic is screaming outs from buying all of those jerseys. And
what a great trip, though.
Team stores. It's a terrific trip. Just joining us, 3 home runs by the Mariners. Smith, Santana, and Narvaez. Bogarts with a home run for Boston in this early slugfest. He's been at Tendy again.
It's the second time through the lineup. A lot of fastballs his first time through. See if he mixes it up a little bit more.
Interesting talking about well, he wanted that one. Kikuchi, talking about Kikuchi with Scott Service, Paul Davis, and some of the other players they talked about last week. In Japan, home country, his hero Ichiro. Ichiro's going to hang it up. He was a little bit sick. He had all of this stuff on his mind in front of him. He still went out 91 pitches, went 4 and change. A different circumstance here tonight. 2-0 pitch. Not bad. Didn't see it. Somebody must have made a heck of a catch.
On the rebound, I believe.
Well, I've seen this a lot. Like pitchers seeing this team for the first time and vice versa. Give me the pluses and minuses.
I think the advantage would go to the pitcher. You might start to make some adjustments second, third time through, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But I think that first time you're seeing any pitcher, they have an advantage, especially if they're able to locate. And he's been able to do that so far. Outside of the home run, that was a fastball in the middle of the plate. That looked like a slider on the outside corner.
So Santana puts that one away. We take a look at our TD Ameritrade's The Right Call. Cebu Lions, this young man put up some fine numbers. Well above 500, sub-3 ERA, big innings.
A lot of strikeouts.
Yep. Kikuchi, 27 years old. MVP Mookie Betts, 3 for 5 last night. He flat out to right in his first at bat. Talked to Mookie yesterday, and I'm looking. I said, "Dude, what do you weigh? Like $170?" He said, "Yeah, that's about right." He's like 5'9", and he had just a uber successful season in 2018.
Yeah, a ton of bat speed. Watching Narvaez, I didn't see this in spring training, but he's done it a couple of times tonight when they want the fastball inside. He is alerting Ryan Healy, the third baseman, on what they're trying to do.
When they hit hard down the line, slicing drive, it goes foul.
When he starts to set up on the inside corner, he will take his glove and push it out behind the hitter, letting Healy know that they're going inside. So if he wants to move over a half a step towards the line, just in case, he can do that.
Betts all over the leaderboard. 7th in total bases, tied
what
for
a
3rd
year.
in doubles. Runs created, he was 1st. Runs scored, he was tied for 1st. Batting champion. Two and one. I said, what's the one thing or two things that you added on or built up or started anew? And they said, Alex Cora, starting last year, said, hey man, be more aggressive early in the count. First, second pitches, go to Hack. That is a fair ball. Healy, lovely play. Well done. Filling in for Kyle Seegers on the injured list. 3-1 Mariners. Has taken over here in Seattle as we shout out to Nick in Anchorage, Alaska. He one of many folks up that way watching our telecast. There's J.D. Martinez. It's ball one. J.D. first time up, flat out to right. About his year. Played in 150 games, 330, 43 homers, 130 runs batted in. Right field, and there's Hannigan. A viewer question for Mike.
What should we look for second time through the lineup? Well, I think we're starting to see it. Started Martinez right there with the curveball miss, but then came right back with a fastball that was elevated inside. I think first time through, he really showed his fastball quite a bit. Didn't quite have his slider, a feel for it. A couple of curveballs, one split to get a strikeout. I think as this game goes on, it's a very good lineup he's dealing with. He'll start to pitch backwards a little bit more, and I think we'll see the curveball out early in counts, throw the fastball inside so that he can get to his split. There's another breaking ball right on the outside corner. So I think you're going to see that a little bit more. Show the fastball first time through and then start to mix it up a little bit more. I think if he gets a feel for the slider, you'll also see that quite a bit.
There's Bogaerts led off the second inning on a 1-0 pitch and homered to left. Xander does a good job turning on that pitch.
Yeah, this is just missing location. Set up on the outside corner and end up in the middle of the plate.
Kikuchi, 1-1 pitch here, one out, nobody on.
There it is, another breaking ball. I think you're going to see that a little bit more. He's done a nice job tonight of having the bases clean for him. Just the one single. We showed the solo home run, but just a single. Stayed away from the walks. That's always a big key against the Red Sox because of their power. But not many base runners tonight.
Ground ball to Beckham. 2 down. Fans, our annual Ultimate Fan Contest. You know what? It's back. Root Sports going to be looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Alaska throughout the month of April. Send us a photo and story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, go to rootsports.com.
It's a nice job by Narvaez on that last pitch. The breaking ball, and then he comes back with the split. The split really wasn't located very well. It was elevated, and he kept shaking him off, but he stayed with it, and then he ends up getting the weak contract on the ground ball out to shortstop off the end of the bat on the split at 86 miles an hour.
Nunez struck out on a 3-2 pitch first time. Couldn't check a swing. Five home runs by the Mariners last night, 3 tonight. Smith, Santana, and Narvaez. Who else wants to join that roll call?
Just missing with the curveball. He wanted that strike. Borderline down.
2-0 here to Nunez. Back up this way.
And then the fastball. You'll see it right at the top of the strike zone, in on his hands. Difficult to cover that after you see so many off-speed pitches. And Dave, you and I were standing in spring training when he was throwing a bullpen, and we were both really impressed with the way that he could spin that curveball. A lot of late break to it. One of the nice things about spring training is you can stand right there and watch him.
You don't have to try to hit him either.
Yeah, exactly.
2-1.
Right back in there again.
D's got this one. Crisp inning. 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. When we come back, Tim Beckham leads off for the Mariners, who lead 3-1. See how he works in the fifth. He had a 1, 2, 3 fourth inning. He's retired the last 3, 6, 7 men. First pitch strike to Rafael Devers. Devers struck out on a 2-2 pitch in the second inning. I like the emotion he's shown a couple of times when he thought he had some pitches for strikes. Couldn't believe he had to turn around and walk away.
I can tell you that one thing that he will have to be careful of is showing up the umpires. And I'm sure that somebody will say something to him about that, and because it's different. Because I can tell you, having played over in Japan, that the pitchers and the catchers will say a lot to the home plate umpire, and they get away with it a lot. That's not going to work over here.
Ball 2 strikes. Narvaez with a long hold.
Well, again, another pitch at the bottom of the strike zone, and he just hasn't given him any of those borderline pitches, especially on the bottom part, whether it's been his fastball or his curve.
Count has gone 3-2. 2 pitches ago. Check this out.
He has him set up for the fastball, delivers it at the bottom of the zone. It doesn't get the call.
So it's 3-2 to Devers, leading off here in the top of the 5th. 6-1 Mariners. Mariners offensively tonight. Smith has driven in 2. Home run and a sac fly. Santana a home run by Narvaez. RBI double Healy. Sacrifice fly D. Gordon. 6 runs on 8 hits. Kikuchi's given up a run on 2 hits. Foul back.
You just saw that shot of Malix Domingo in the outfield, and they're both smiling, and I think the reason why is because Malix Smith had just moved in more towards the line in the last 2 pitches. He's been late with his swing. I think Domingo was acknowledging the fact that he had it right. Now they're going to try to go back inside.
Nice hop for Beckham. A little high. Pulled Bruce off the bag.
Let me take a look at that one. Well, Devers was hustling down the line, gets the backhand, puts a lot on this throw. It's a high throw, but I couldn't tell if Jay Bruce was able to get his foot back down on the base. He lose contact with it. Oh, that's close.
Sure is.
And they're going to take a look at it here. He has to leave the base. Nothing he can do about it. Got to catch the ball first, and then see if his toe touches before his foot hits the bag.
Blocked out.
Blocked out on that angle. It's going to be really close. He was called safe, though. Again, you have to catch the ball first. Leaves the base. That's hard to tell if that spike is on there.
Right.
Maybe we can see right here. Obviously, Devers, because he's running, he hits the base with more authority.
Sure.
But it's just a matter of whether Bruce was able to get that toe down in time or even a spike. And it's the timing of, you can't go by the impact. You can see the stride by Devers at the end, just basically leaping for the base. So he's going to take all the air out of it.
Oh, man, is that close?
That is close, right, with his toe.
Wow.
Devers, young man that is known for his power, but a lot of hustle right there to make it a close play. And again, he was originally called safe.
Here we go. Safe. E6 play stands. 1:36 time of review. So base runner here for the Sox. Brings up Sam Travis. Got a base hit to right on a 2-2 pitch. Ball 1. Since 2015, counting last night, the Mariners are 11-3 at home against the Red Sox. Breaking ball for strike. You say Kikuchi coming over, a lot of fanfare, a lot of success back in his home country of Japan. He's looking for a double play ball here. .610 start tomorrow. Mike Leake goes for the Mariners. Wade LeBlanc against Rick Porcello on Sunday at 110. Eduardo Rodriguez goes for the Sox tomorrow. Little bleeder. Second hit going right side for Travis Devers to third. No throw. So here come the Red Sox. First and third. Nobody out here in the fifth. Win your own Silver Seats VIP experience by texting Silver Seats to 90464. Keep your Coors Light ice cold while you sit in the hottest seats in baseball. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Here's Jim Moore from 710 ESPN wearing his Cougar colors. Jackie Bradley Jr. struck out on an 0-2 pitch in his first at bat. Breaking ball for strike.
Had a good curveball. This is what makes the Red Sox so dangerous. You see the error and then a broken bat, base hit, and you're in a little bit of trouble. They can swing it.
Mariners 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the fourth. Sox got their only run to this point in the second inning. So he's ahead of Bradley again, 0-2. Red Sox last year in hitting, major leagues #1 in average on base plus slugging, runs, 9th in homers, and 3rd in stolen bases. The 0-2. Somebody in the dugout is saying, where was that?
He's hearing it.
He's got service with the pitching coach Paul Davis. 1-2 here. Give up the run to get 2. Foul ball.
Almost an identical pitch. Same fastball on the edges of the outside corner. 93 miles an hour gets him to swing.
Devers at third, Travis at first. Nobody out. Jackie Bradley Jr., the center fielder. Back up this way. Bradley last year, 234 hitter, 13 homers, 59 runs batted in. Kikuchi trying to put him away here. Bradley's been with Boston since the 13 season, made the All-Star team in 2016. 1-2 pitch. Up the middle, takes Beckham right to the bag. There's 1, there's 2. Run does score. Much needed double play, 6-2 ball game.
Kikuchi thought about making a play on the ball, and you can see his glove start to go up to make the catch, and then he pulls it back down, knowing that it was going to be a routine double play for Beckham at shortstop. So yes, he gives up the run, but at this point he'll do that for 2 outs. So many times we see the pitcher try to make that play and it deflects off their glove or they throw it away.
Next stop, injured list.
Yeah, it was just well done to let it go through.
Batting in the 9-hole, the catcher Vasquez. He flied out the center first time.
He's in good shape with his pitch count. Next pitch will be 75 for him. He threw 91 in his first outing against the A's. I don't think there'll be a problem for him to go to 100 tonight.
It's 2-0. Popped it up. D. Gordon backing up. Taking charge. Sox get a run, make it a 6-2 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Use hashtag where I root, presented by Alaska Airlines. Netta sends this one in. Look at the fans since 1977. Okay. 2005 baby's first game versus 2019. How time flies. And then Celia up in Alaska with the hubs for his first trip up there. Absolutely stunning. And then we've got this one from Kit Kat down in Southern California for spring break. Keep the photos coming. Use that hashtag where I root, presented by Alaska Airlines. Guys, back to you.
All right, Ange, thank you very much. Sox beginning their 3rd time through against Yusei Kikuchi. He's looked good. 4 strikeouts. He had 1 in the first, 3 in the second. Gave up a home run to Bogarts in that second inning. And a first pitch strike here.
We didn't get a chance to see that in his first start, going just 4 2/3. But this will be interesting now because his pitch count also at 76. As you mentioned, this will be his 3rd time through, the best hitting team last year in the American League. And he's made so many nice adjustments, but starts him with a breaking ball and then jams him up with the fastball again. That's been a pretty good formula tonight as he works his way through this lineup for the 3rd time.
Benintendi for 3. Make sure you're on hand for the first Kings Court of the season. It's coming up Monday. Felix Hernandez battles with Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and the Angels. Tickets are just $15 and include the 2019 Kings Court t-shirt. So head to mariners.com/Felix to get your spot today. See if I can hit Mike up for a couple $100 or something. He can afford it. Hey, Mike, I need Eagles tickets. Here's Mookie Betts. Fly to right, ground out to 3rd for the batting champion and MVP last season.
Thank
you. You just need to work your way into his suite because he'll have the nicest suite there. So just work your way in there.
Dude, he can own half the building. Jeez. A looper, but no problem. Haniger right there. That's an efficient start here. Quick 2 outs.
Another breaking ball down in the zone, borderline strike at the bottom of the zone.
Up, down, change speeds.
It's been excellent tonight, the way that he's gone about his business, especially after once he was into the second inning, he gave up the home run, and he comes right back and gets 3 strikeouts after that. Really locked it in.
That guy would love to have that magazine autographed. Martinez lights one up center field deep. Mallix will just watch it. J.D. Martinez. The 6-3 ball game. 2 outs here in the 6th. Martinez second in batting last year. Just a magnificent hitter. 43 home runs, second to Chris Davis. That's in the major leagues. Yeah. What a hit.
His power, center field, right center. And one mistake here. He's been able to jam him up. You see the high target? But that pitch down. He's able to just drop the barrel on it and drive it to center field. He wanted to go above the belt. He's been able to jam him twice on some weak fly balls to right, but just missed his location. And it cost him.
Second home run he's given up. Bogarts got him in the 2nd. And here is Xander. J.D. Martinez was a nice player when we saw him in Detroit and Houston, and he is a top-notch, top 5'8"
Oh, he's a
player in
monster now.
all of baseball. And another guy, pole to pole.
Right.
Do some damage.
Yeah. Been able to handle him all night, but just didn't elevate the fastball.
He was third in hits in the major leagues with 188. Second in home runs in the bigs. Led the bigs in RBIs with 130. Goodness gracious. Bogarts homered on a 1-0 pitch to left in the second. Fourth inning, grounded out to Beckham at short. Here's Goldschmidt with his 3 home runs. We'll see the Cardinals later on this year. 1-1, they come here to T-Mobile Park. Caught myself. One and two. Three runs on 4 hits, an error for the Sox, and Mariners have 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. 1-2 here to Bogarts. Matt Festa heating up. Quick working right-hander. Two-two pitch here to Bogarts. Swing and a tag here by Narvaez, and that'll do it. Damage done by Martinez, a home run, his second of the season. Mariners lead it by the count of 6-3. Let's join Angie Mente.